They are in fact brand new, never been used. They've just been sitting on a shelf for quite some time. These are awful difficult to find, but we have them here. There's a cross member that supports the transmission transfer case / drive line in the back. All sorts of different little brackets here. See through the actual window here of the door because it's a little bit of overspray, but in here he's painting up our axles and our axle housings and various and sundry other parts in black. Look fantastic. Paint all complete and done. It's a pitch black paint and everything's come out very, very clean. Came out real nice. We did a quick cleanup on them. Didn't require any sort of sandblasting, but for the most part they cleaned up real nice. They look sharp and they are again a stock arc. And that's really important. There are aftermarket ones available, such as Dakar by ARB. But again, that would lift the truck, and we are going after a stock look here. We get right from the factory, the original ones. So we're going to be installing those. That's a pretty big find. Fitting the pins and the shackles and the bushings and leaf springs and axles to be rolled in here. And when you do these pins, often even the original and/or build-up of paint around the actual perch itself causes the pin to fit in rather tight and/or not fit in at all, and you have to kind of get rid of some of that paint on there so the pin fits in and seats well. It's a very, very tight fit. So what you see there is the axle just being wheeled over now. It's off the stand. We have the leaf springs, the pins in the back, leaf springs on the floor, and then the actual axle will be just lifted off and set in here. Pins will be, the leaves will come up, and then shackles will go on. Quite nice. So is that we are on to brake lines and fuel lines, and we're using a stock type of green line. This is a fuel line here, and there's brake lines, whatever the case may be. And we're custom bending the line, marking it all out, custom bending the line, custom flaring the line, and then adding in also inverted nuts on the very end. We're also going to be taking the flex hoses for the clutch and brakes down to the axles, things of that nature. It's the nuances and the smaller little items that get bolted on. Things like this. This is a support for the running board underneath the cowl mount. And again, you can see that the yellow zinc chromate hardware is scattered throughout this whole project. Alright, we pushed forward. One of the things that was installed here today was a center arm rebuild kit, and that is the primary steering for this. It's located on the outside of the frame here, and this center arm is basically a bushing up in here that drops down to a pitman arm down here. We have brand new tie rod ends. These are the original tie rods that have been painted up. New tie rods have been installed there. You can see the threads on that, as well as the castle nuts and cotter pins as well over onto this side. It looks real sharp. And we have another brand new tie rod with the restored rod. And this is the original rod that's been restored, and it sits right here down to the box, which is going to be installed here shortly. Populated on this frame. It is just really sweet to see a lot of these items back onto the frame. Frame is looking fantastic, and as well as the front end, obviously we have the steering box on. This is the stock rim, and it will go out, and it looks pretty good. And it is a 16-inch rim that the customer sent that was on the truck when it was delivered. It was decided that we would have them chromed along with a number of other parts, and you've seen those on videos, but the rim is back and the chroming is spectacular, second to none. It just came out very nice. One interesting thing is that it's a two-piece rim. You have this inner piece here and you have this outer piece. They had to cut the rim apart in order that the chrome be applied properly and then re-weld it. That's in fact what was done, and I'll show you how that was done. But you can see that the rim itself is just wonderful. I'll spin it around here. You can see a little penetration from welding, and on the inside is where they welded it. And you can see the weld right there. And all the back to the factory welds. And That was done because in the way in which they have to split the rim apart, chrome individual pieces, and then put it back together. Nice design. It looks sharp on the rim as well. This is a Grabber AT2 by General.